So, good evening, everyone, once again. This is our new session on web development, the both CMS and the both coding aspect. So, and before we get started, so congratulations to all of us for the orb that we've achieved. So, we ask Almighty Allah to make it a success one and to make us to continue to progress in life. So the official launching of the web will be on Monday. So and we are starting with some internship, which we hope that the student will resume with us on Monday, right? So without wasting much of our time, this is another great session in both our CMS and the what's the name, the coding aspect. So first of all, let's start with the CMS, then we move to the coding. So in our previous video lectures, we've done so much, right from the introduction, the installation of our CMS platform, which we've chosen WordPress. We've installed it, and then we have started doing some things on how to configure your first your first website, right? So last week, sorry, because last week we were unable to do class due to the arrangement of the hub that we were doing there. So today we will dive into how to create menu. So last week we've discussed about how to install the themes and the plugins, which are the two most essential things in CMS platform, in any of the CMS platforms that you know. These two things, they are very essential. So the themes and the themes and the plugins, and which we have also explained. So if you need more explanation, kindly visit our previous videos and then watch. Right. So today we will dive into what's the name? Or let me first start my control panel. That's our local server. So now it has started running, and then I told you after then you just open another tab, right? After opening tab, you will you will click on the local host, local host, with the name of the what's the name, the name of your file, right? Which I've named my own as education. But to log into the backend, don't forget to put this WP admin. That's for the backend session. That's the backend interface of your development, right? So, and without this WP admin, it means that that's the front end, right? So I think it's loading. Please, any questions based on what we've done so far? Is there anyone with any questions, please? Do you have any questions? So it has started loading. Okay, Mr. Khadija, Mrs. Khadija, what's your question?
Good evening, sir. So
Uh,
am I in the right place?
Ma, you said what?
Am I in the right class? It all seems everything is new.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think you are among the DevOps class, right?
Yes,
No,
yes,
no.
sir.
I have explained this earlier on that we have web class and we also have software class also, which is different from your own DevOps, right? So then I told you guys that if you know you can multitask, so you can join the web class and the software class because it also help you, but it's not compulsory, please. So this is not, please, this is not DevOps class. This is just web. Why tomorrow is software, right? Hope you've understood it now.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you.
don't forget that this is a community. We have different courses that we are doing. So, but for today it's web, then tomorrow software. So now this one has loaded now. So now this is the interface that you see after when you have done that, and then you insert your username and then you insert your password to log in. Then you click on login to log in to the back end. So now this is our backend and this is what we've done so far, right? Please, any questions based on what we've done so far? Any questions? First of all, before we proceed, let me first ask this question. Who can tell me what is permalink? Before we proceed, so that I will know if you are really following what we've done so far. Please, who can tell me permalink, please? If you can't talk, don't forget, you can always chat. If you're the type that you always feel shy to talk in public, so you can chat, or you can write the answer via the chat platform. This is just for us to show that you are all following up. So during our previous class, I've explained something called permalink. So please, what is permalink? And I've shown you the best practice and how to do that. No one here? Permalinks. Should I start calling names? I think some of you are browsing right now. You are checking your AI. This is to check permalinks, right?
Hello?
Okay. Okay. I'm Sir Ahmed. Now, what's
It
permalink?
is like that thing. We've done that one since. I don't know. Well, was it for, I've not gone through class 4 and 5. I've not really gone through class 4 and class 5 yet. So I don't know, because you briefly talked about permalink when we're talking about the post and the get this thing.
Yes. Not brief. I explained permalink perfectly. Not even brief. I explained the format and what you need and the best practice to choose among, right? So well done. But at least since you've even given on insight, it means that you are following up. That's nice. So now today, you said?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So now today, so after when we've installed, so now let me preview what we've done so far. I've even forgotten what we've done. And I told you that the best practice is that you should have two tabs, right? The one for your back end and the one for your front end. And to open another tab for your front end, just right click on this, then new tab here, so that you have the front end here. So now let me preview. Okay, now this is what we've done so far, right? This is what we've done so far. That's nice. And then let me see. Okay, fine. So now before we proceed, this is very, very important. Any website that you are seeing, see this first stage that you are seeing, this up here, till this comes in brilliant. This one here, to this one, this. So they call it 9 dots, or they call it hamburger. Hope it's clear. This symbol that you are seeing, it's called hamburger, right? So and it's a symbol for menu. That is, it means navigation. That's something that you will click and there will be another drop out, right? Drop down menu will pop out. So this is called hamburger. While some they use what they call 9 dots. Like I think who is using this 9 dots? Google is using 9 dots. Like if you check your, let me open my email. If I should open my email, let me open one of my emails and see. Hope you can see my screen, so that you should check. You should know what they call 9 dots. It's used for menu, like if you want to have a menu button. Can you see this? This thing that you are seeing here. this one that you are seeing, you see now that Google is using 9 dots. That once I've clicked on it, you see that it will pop out. You see, it's called 9 dots. So if I should count these dots, you will see that there are 9. So it's still the same thing with what I'm seeing. Yeah. Hope that's clear. Is that one okay now?
Hello?
Yeah, okay. Sir,
If I might, can I just add to it?
can you what?
Add to what you just said.
Okay. Yeah. You can't tweet, please.
Okay, so the thing about those that navigation menu is that there are different names depending on what style you use.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the one we have here, the one for when you want to do what's it called, for example?
The Google? Or the one
That one
for.
is 3 vertical dots.
Yes, okay. That's for the Google, right? That's the 9 dots. 9 dots. They call it 9 dots.
No,
Three vertical lines is hamburger.
The hamburger?
No, it's not hamburger, it's kebab, sir. Hamburger is shaped like a hamburger. They actually use names of different men. There's hamburger, there's bento. So if you actually Google it, you see that there are different type of them depending on the design of those dots.
Let me.
So like this
Okay.
one that I see 3 vertical dots, for example, on our icon, the user icon for Google Meet.
Yeah.
What they call kebab.
This
The
one here.
hamburger is it's slightly shaped like a hamburger.
This one here.
The other one, you see bento. Just Google it, you see. So that it depends on what you are using at that particular moment. So like the one you just showed is actually called 9 dots.
So,
I would,
like, I don't think I actually get you. You mean this one, like this Google one now? This one. This one here.
this one on Google Meet,
Yeah.
you see these 3 dots that are vertical, Abi?
This one, right?
I
Like
can't
this
see
one.
your screen, though.
You guys see my
Can I show your
screen? Okay, you guys see my screen?
Yes. Oh my God.
The one that's at you know, this your Google now. This your Google app. Those dots that you see now, the 9 dots that you see. One, two,
Those
three.
ones are 9 dots.
Yes, that's 9 dots. Why this one is what? This one that you're seeing here.
This 1, 2, 3 vertical is kebab. But by
Ah.
kebab, they mean that your suya stick. It's
Ah.
designed like your suya stick. That's
Spell
where
it.
kebab
Spell
means
it.
from.
Spell it, please.
Kebab. Kebab. That's actually what they call suya.
Suya. Or what do you say?
Yeah. So you notice they have names like kebab, hamburger, bento. If you check their names of fast foods.
Okay. You mean the normal suya that we used to eat?
Yeah, that suya stick. That fire that we call it in Hausa.
Okay. That's kebab. Or what do you say?
That's because they use in naming this navigation menu.
So,
Even the hamburger, if you just Google it, you'll see that
although-
the hamburger is shaped like a hamburger. They actually explain it.
although under icons, right? Under icons. So under icons. So we have the different formats, right? Under icons. Even if you are familiar with all these font, awesome, all these different types of icons, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you see, like there will be a name, particular name for a like they will. It's just more of like the same name for that icon, but they'll have different shapes, right? So you can even see one icon having like up to like 1,000 different names. Is that clear? But it's still the same thing. Hope that you've gotten it. Hope you've gotten the logic now, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but what we want now in tech is that because we use icons, so that's why I just want to explain this. So in tech, right, we use icon to communicate also, right? So because you just seeing this thing alone, what's the name, icon, you should be able to know. Now, just imagine that someone want to add a certain button. We've all known that's the convention. We've all known in anything tech that if you want to use a setting, it has to be GIA, right? But now in GIA, we now have different formats for GIA. You will see some will be in solid, some will be in regular, some you just see different names, but it will still be the same thing. So that's why even some people even consider this one here now that you call Suya, right? Is it kebab, right? This one. So you will even see some people still consider it to be that 9 dots. Just that now it's now in form of like solid format. Hope that you have gotten it. So what we don't just want is you using a shape or an icon that is unknown, that someone that it will be difficult for someone to interpret. So now even this one, we start giving it a name. Everyone knows that this is a navigation button. Please, have you gotten the logic? So now this one here, from here down to this place, depending on the themes, right? But this one here, this extent here, so it's called. So now this is now the nav section. I'm coming. Let me accept. So this is now the nav one. So all these ones, they are the sections that you see. This one sections, and this one you write the articles, right? So this, then this is now the body from down here up to this nav. They are the body. Why this down is the footer, right? So this is just all about your what's the name, your anything website. You have this, you have it has to have a nav, and that under nav we must have or we call it header. So under header we have nav. Then nav will now have a lot of menus that if you click like this, you have different menus, right? Then we have section and what you have articles. Then that's under the body. Then we now have where we call the footer. This is where you write your copyright and everything, your privacy and your landmark of the website. Hope that's clear now. Any questions based on what you've done? We've done so far. Before we proceed, please. Any questions, please?
I think you can fire on, sir.
Okay, fire on. So now today, let's dive in, please. Let's move on. So now I've explained this, right? I've explained the plugins and which I use WhatsApp as an example on how to install WhatsApp on just now. It is an external tool that you are importing into your website, right? So today, now as how I've mentioned earlier, that there are two essential things that made up of your CMS, right? Which is your plugins and your themes, right? Now in terms of content, the content, right? Because it is the content that will make the CMS to that's why we call CMS to be a CMS. It is content, right? In content, we also have two essential things that made up of anything that you are seeing out there. And under CMS, it's either posts or pages. We call it posts or what? We call it pages. Now these pages, will now lead us to what we call web pages. So in website, so please, who can tell me the difference between so in web generally, we have what we call website, we have what we call web pages, we have what we call portal, and then we have what we call web app. Please, who can tell me these four different things, please? We have website. Who can explain what is website, please? No one? I'm waiting. No, you have to talk. Oh. Please don't browse. Oh. Don't use your AI of a thing or something. Don't browse. Because I can see that some of you are browsing now. Right? Who can tell me what is website now? You must have been hearing website. No one? No. We won't proceed. Please, if you want to, please chat. Please sit down. We have website. Then what about web pages? Don't browse. Oh. Don't browse. I have someone that mentioned. Please, my front end is showing an error. I've dropped a screenshot on the WhatsApp. Okay. Please, that will be looked into later on, please, after the class, so that it won't distract us. No one can answer that. Then what about web app? No one. Then what about what about portal? So I think that will be that will be assignment, please. That will be assignment. So the question is that what is website? What's different between website, web app, web portal, and web app? Website, web page, web portal, then web app. What's the difference, please? So okay, I think we move on. I will consider to be an assignment, as assignment. And okay, and what Miss? Okay,
Yeah, sorry, I'm actually in a bind, so I've not been able to talk. So you said, so that's a web
web,
page, yeah?
web page, yeah.
Okay, web page, so to my understanding, web page is a page you visit on a site. It lives on a website,
Okay,
right? So websites contain web pages.
okay. Wow. Now,
While a, sorry, yeah.
yes, yeah. Continue.
So websites contain web pages. For example, if you are doing development, for example, the various pages on the various how do I put it now? The various pages you develop from your home page, your say for example you are doing an e-commerce, for example, from your home page to say the that's by your landing page to the page where someone will shop for electronics and all that. So those are examples of web pages.
Okay.
Right? So while the site itself is what houses, it contains web pages, houses those
Correct.
pages
Correct.
on it.
Correct. Now,
While for a web app is an application that lives on the web.
correct.
So
Three.
you can only access it on the web. For example, First Bank has a web app called First Online. So that app primarily does not live on your phone, it lives on the web. So you access it from the web.
Correct.
It's an entire application.
Correct.
But it's not present on it's not present on your phone. It's not locally good. It's not locally present on your phone. It's remotely present on the web.
Okay. Correct. Then what?
Then I think the last one was what?
The portal.
You said okay. You said the web
Portal. Portal. Portal.
Okay, a portal.
Yes, portal. But you must have heard of portal before, right?
Yes. So, but could you elaborate a bit when you say web portal?
Yes, portal. Please, what's a portal? So you must have had portal. So what is portal? Can someone assist? What's a portal? Kai, you have really tried. Portal. So portal can be any of it. So it can be a web page and it can be what? It can be web app. And so portal is just a small portion. Yes, portal. So it can just be like a particular page or web app, like that is solving a particular solution in web, right? So now let's say now this is a page for result checking. So under web, so we call it a portal, right? So which means a website can have different portals. So you can have a result checker, you can have result pins that whereby someone will buy pins or also. So that's what they call a portal. From a port, just a particular section set in a particular web page. So that this is what they call a portal, right? So now back to what we are talking about. So I now told you that in terms of content, so it is made up of posts and what pages. So now pages, it's just more of like any link that you are clicking that another thing is opening. So that's what they call pages. Why the post is what we call blog today. The content that you are posting, the content that you are writing up. So that's what they call it, a post, right? So which we will dive into more of that. So but before that, so now let's try to create something. Let's dive into our topic today. That is how to create menu. This is very, very important, and this menu is something now. So now we have the desktop version. In desktop, it is because of how this theme is. So that's why you are seeing it like this. So in some teams you see it like it will be, it will be like like horizontal line like this, right? But under your phone, like your mobile, that's why you now see this hamburger. Me, I'm familiar. I know this with hamburger, so that's why. So I'm surprised when you say what, man, kebab or what? Because I know this as hamburger. I'm coming. Let us even browse it. Gaskiya. Hamburger. I know this.
No, he's not saying that that one is not hamburger.
Okay.
There is hamburger differently, but the one he's calling kebab
Eh.
is the one that has just 3 dots, vertical line.
Okay.
On vertical distance.
Aha.
Just the 3 dots.
Okay.
That is the one he's calling kebab.
The one that
Yeah,
they
the
use
one
like for.
hamburger, he accepted that hamburger is hamburger, but he's saying that there's another one called kebab. That is the one you can see on this Google Meet now, just under
Okay, let me see.
where you are talking. Those 3 dots is what
Let
you call
I'm coming.
kebab.
Let me check it.
Looks like
Okay, this
yeah.
one. Okay, this one. This one here.
Yes. that's what you call kebab.
Okay. Now I now understand. Yeah, it's true. So, oh my God, me, I thought that you are saying that this one, yeah. That's what me. I thought that you say
When
this
he
one.
said that one is hamburger, he accepted, but he's just adding to what you have said.
Oh,
That
I
there's
now
another
understand.
one
So that's why
called
me I'm thinking that I know this as hamburger. So now kebab or this even this one that you are seeing here. Where's the name? This one. This one I know it as what's the name under what's the name is oh my God.
Hello?
Okay, now
Apostle, can you hear me?
yes. I can hear you.
When I talk that, I said in addition to what you were saying. I didn't say you were wrong. I said in addition.
Okay.
So if you look at, I got him to post I took a screenshot. I got him to post it on this, on the chat.
Okay.
So I sent it to the group. It just showed the list. I'm just talking about the different types of navigation menus. So you should recognize what navigation. It could be 9 dots, it could be kebab, it could be Oreos, it could be up, it could be stairs. If you just send the group chat now, I posted it on the group chat.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just adding to it. So in case when somebody sees it, they will recognize that, oh, as much as the navigation menu, but this is the name of the navigation menu.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that. So thanks. So now to do that, you know what? Now this one now, don't forget. I told you normally this one's supposed to be the convention way is that this one's supposed to be on mobile device screen. So, but under your your laptop or your large screen, so it's this menu now. That's this menus that you are seeing. It's supposed to be like on horizontal line like this, but it is because of the teams. How the person created the teams, and this is one of the things that I told you. As you be a web designer, you won't be able to manipulate things now. So now, just imagine now that your client is saying that I want my own menu. This menu that I'm saying on my desktop view, it should be on horizontal. So how are you going to do it? So now to manage that, it means that you have to be a developer. You must know how to to manipulate this. But now let's just create a team. So sorry, let's just create the menus. Then we now change the things and see how it will be. But now to do that, you go back to your back end, right? So you go to your what's the appearance, right? You now see teams. You see teams. Now, sorry, your appearance. Then you see menus. So now we have 2 ways. You have different. So your menu can be anything. Your menu can be a page. That is whereby something that someone will click and it will be a page. So you can make your page to be a menu. You can make your post to be a menu. You can make a link to be a menu. So now let's do all together. So before that, if I should click on this appearance and then I click on menus, right? Let it load. If I click on menu, so now you see these things that you are seeing now. You see it's showing nothing. That is, because I have no page, so there's no page here, right? And there's nothing. So now to do that, first of all, let's just create some things randomly. Let's go to all pages. I told you that everything that you are clicking, you have a page. So now, what are the things that people used to put on their their menu? So now to add you click on add new page. Then let's create what people used to add. So let me cancel this. So now let me add home. Cancel. I don't need it. So let's say home, right? people to then you publish it. Now this is your home now, and then this is where you write the content that when someone has clicked on home, what it will show. This is where you now write it. So you have different widgets or different blocks that you can that you can choose. You have a lot that which will come to that later on. So now let's say this is my home here now, right? I'll publish it. Publish. That is after you've written your content. Now you publish. Now I have added home. Let me add more. Let me add. You click on add new page, and then I had, let's say, another thing. People you used to add this about us. Let me publish this also. This is where you write the content that you want. I will publish. Let me add. Let me add again. Then let me add what again? Let me add contacts. Contact us. Let us. So you can create as many as possible, that as far as how you want your menu to be. So now I've created this. Now if I should go back to my let's finish saving it. If I should go back to my backend now, click on this. Now if I should go back to view all the pages that I've created, can you see that? Now I have my home, I have what again? I have about us, and I have contact us. If you want to delete them, you just click on trash, you need to delete. If you want to edit, or maybe you want to add more new things or add or remove things, you will click on edit. It will lead you back to the page, and then you edit. Right? So now if I should now go back to my menu now, I click on my menu. Can you see that now something has added now? I've seen home, I've seen about us, and I've seen contact us, right? So now let me create new menu. Sorry, let me give it a name. Let's say my menu. Let me give it a name so that I'll be able to, if I should click my menu now. So now you see that now it will be updated like this, right? So now if I should go back to this and I refresh this and I click on this, can you see it now that it has been added? Any questions, please? Any questions with this, please? Have you understood it? Now this is how to create your menu, which is very, very easy. So now now this is how to create. Now let's assume now that you want to add posts, like maybe one of your social media posts as a link, or like a menu. This same thing. So after when you've created your post and you've given it a name, like the name of it, right? You see it automatically, it will appear here. So now to add it up, let's assume now that I want to add this hello word, because now under my post there's hello word post inside. So now if I should click on this now and I say add to menu, so automatically it will also be it will be added also. So now let's now assume now that if I should go back to this now, if I should save it, if I should save, and then if I should go back to this and I refresh it again, you will see now that has it been added? Hello world? No. It means I'm coming. Let me. Okay. Then click on this again. Okay, it has been added as a post here. That's why. But I want it to be like a menu. I'm coming. Let's go back. Let's say I'm coming. Let me add this up so that I will know what is wrong. Because depending on the themes, you have to add. Okay, let me save it so that I will know where this one is going. Let me refresh again. Okay, fine. It means that this one for the post, yeah, it means it is not. Let me click on one post. Let me click on this hello admin and see what is wrong with this. So yeah, these are the limitations that you will be seeing under teams. It is that you have to study each teams. You have to first study how the developer has created it before you will be able to manipulate it. But I'm coming. Let me just delete all the menus again. If you want to delete them, let's say I will click on this and then I will remove it. Okay, now let me go back to automatically add up to this, and then let me go back to my menu and refresh. Then click on this again. It's still there. Oh. I'm coming. Let me go back again and save. Go back to this. Okay, I'm coming. What? Let me change these themes so that go back to my appearance themes. Let me click on the which one should we choose now? Okay, let me choose this Astra and see. Yeah. Activate now. Okay. Astra has been activated. If I should go back to my front end and I refresh. Fine. This is what I want. I think this one would be easier to explain now, because this now, can you see that now? So if I should go back to this and I go back to my menu now, you see that everything would have even changed now. Can you see that now? That the Astra one is even different from the normal one. Let me delete all this again. So fine. You can see some of the things have been added again. So it means that each teams, they have their own pre-designed template that you have to study. So each developer has its own way of designing things, right? So that's why as you see more complex design, like now if you are dealing with like a news website or something, it means that you are dealing with a lot of sections, different sections. So that's why you have a lot of designs there that even you have to first study that particular themes before you will choose another one, right? So now, if I should go back now, I've deleted this now, it will still be there. If I should refresh this, you see that now that this one is still there. So now, let's assume now that anytime you are adding pages, like anytime you are adding, like you are creating post or a page. Now let me say that I want this one to just display just primary menu. That is, it should be the one at the top, right? Let me give it a name also. Let me give this one to a name so that, let's say my menu, display fine. So now let me add this up. These 4 ones that I've created, add them. So now I've added these 3. Now let me save it. If I should save, I should refresh it. Yes, this one is doing now. Now I have contact us, I have about us, I have home, I have sample page. Why? See, go back to this. You see that down, this my contact is the first one. Then this my about is the second one. Now let's assume now that I want this one to be the first. What you just have to do, you just drag it up like this. It will go up. And this one, let's say I want the about us to be second, I would drag it. Then this one fourth. And then you save it again. Once you are done, you have saved it. Then after when it has been saved, if I should come back here and I refresh, you will see it here now. The home will be the first. Can you see that now? The home now is my first. The second, this is the normal one that you see in almost all the websites. You see after your logo here, you see the menus here, right? Now let's now assume that you want, there are some websites that if you open, you will see navigation, like you will see menus under menus. So we call them sub menus. A menu under menu. Now to do that here, you just come down here. See, let's assume that we want this about us to be under home. What you have to do is that you will click on this, then you now drag it a little bit here like this, like a left. Can you see that? If what you need to be back to the normal top primary menu, it will be like this. But if you want it to be like under sub menu, you just drag it like little bit right. Can you see that? It means that this about us now is now under this. If I want this my sample page to be under contact us, what I will do now is that I will just drag this one to a little bit right. It's under this. Now if I should save it now and I go back to this mail and I refresh it, and you see now there will not be a drop down arrow key. That is, it means that once I've over my this thing on this, you see this under it, right? So that this is how to create the menu and the sub menu. Please, any questions? Are we all getting it now? Please, any questions so far, please? Any questions? So now this is how menu is being created. Oh, our time has even gone for our coding aspect. So please ask questions before we move to the coding. So now your assignment now today, please, your assignment, we want each one of you to go and create different menus. So go and install the Teams and then create the menu and their sub menus. So, or I will give you a template. I will send you a template just for you to create a menu like that, please, before next week. Hope that's clear. Are we clear? Are we clear, please?
Yes, sir.
So now can we move down to our coding aspect? So fine. So now during our last class we've discussed about how to upload image, right? And how to resize and how to do this and how to do different things, right? So now today and I've told you about the attributes, right? That is what the attribute is all about, which I told that the attribute is just all about like you modifying each element, right? If you want to modify it more, like it by adding more features to it, so that's why we have an attribute. So right, so today we'll be diving into what we call links, and this is one of the reasons why websites are being created, right? So now the tag for links is a tag like this. A tag, we call it anchor tag. A tag, this a tag, it means anchor, right? So now the attribute attached to it is href, while the full meaning is hypertext reference. And this hypertext reference, it has something that we call URL. The full meaning of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. So what this one really means is that this tag, it's used for like whereby if someone has clicked on what will will be written here, it should direct that person to the page that we want. Let's assume that I want that whereby when someone has clicked on this, it should take that person to a Facebook page. Now let's say click to visit our Facebook page, for example. So now this is what someone will see outside. If I should save and I should open with live server, if I should save it and open it now, this is what will happen. Can you see that? Click to visit our Facebook page, and you can see that automatically it is underlined. Once it has been underlined, it means that this is a link, and once you hover your mouse on it, you see that it will change to like a hand, like a pointer. So we call it pointer. So this pointer, it means that this thing is clickable. It is something that wherever if someone should click, it can direct that person to another thing. So now this is now what will lead us to types of link. We have two types of link. We have what we call absolute link, and we have what we call a relative link. The absolute link is whereby once someone has clicked on something, and it will direct that person. You are on your website, right? But it will direct that you to another website. That's what we call absolute link. Why the relative is that you want your click something that you are clicking, but it should direct you. It should go to the page that is within your website. That's what they call relative link. Hope that's clear now, right? So now let's assume now my Facebook page. Let's say I have, or let's say Google. Let's say HTTPS. Then you have google.com. Click to visit Google page. Let's say Google page. Yeah, let's change this to Google page. It means that where someone has clicked on this, it will direct that person to Google website. Now, if I should save it and I should go back to the website, and then I'll show now. Now, whereby, and if I should click on this now, you see that it will direct that person to Google website. Can you see that? This is what they called what? This is what they called absolute link. Any questions regarding that, please? Any question? Please, any question? You should ask question, oh. Because we have how many minutes now? We have 12 minutes. Please, it's time for question. No question? I'm even exhausted now. Any questions so far? So please, what will happen? Please, what will happen from today henceforth? Please, I will be sending you the materials that you need to read before our class. By God's grace, inshallah. So I think that's what I will be doing, so that you will be able to revise before we meet, right? And then I don't know how we are going to do now. I think it is high time for us to separate this our coding with our CMS because of time, so that we should be able to cover a lot, especially with the coding aspect too. But that coding will still have a lot to cover, and I want everything to be going with our normal, what's the name, to be going along with our CMS. So what are we suggesting? What do we think that we can do? Is there anyone with any suggestion, please? So, okay, someone is asking a question. Please, my front end is showing an error. I've dropped a screenshot on the WhatsApp, please. Let me check it. Okay. Fatal error. Wow, that's nice. So now, please, this is very, very important. I told you that you always see this. It is because we are running our website locally. That's why we are seeing this, right? So that if you are seeing this, I've told you during our previous class that there are some configuration that I will need to teach you also, that so that it will help you to configure this a lot. Don't forget, if you are doing everything on live server, so you don't need all this. So the server is there to handle everything for you. This is because you are running it locally, so that's why you are seeing it like this. So now, if you are seeing that, now what it's showing is it's saying maximum execution time of 120 seconds exceeded, because it means that one, the time that your web page or your browser is loading, it has exceeded the time and it is not connecting, it's not seeing that. So this is just what we call timeout. That is the time that is as that has been already allocated to your to that your XAMPP. That's the default time. That if a particular page is about to load and it's not loading within specific time, it means that what? It means that that thing won't load. So and then under web, not only web, and this is what they call session. And this session is very, very important, and that's why, or we call it timeout. This timeout, that's why you see some developers, they will now extend their own timeout to like be 1000 seconds. That's where you just see something loading, and it will keep on loading. And why they consider it that it is best, because we have timeout. There are some people that they will just set it 30 seconds. It's once you've trusted your server that your server is very, very fast. That's why you see some people now put it like 30 seconds. That is, if a particular page should be able to load before these 30 seconds will be up to the time, right? So why some they will extend it to like 1000 seconds, so that at least within this, before this 1000 seconds will reach, your page that you are about to open would have opened. Now, to tackle your mistake, to tackle what you've seen that you are experiencing now. So now, if you come to this here now, you see your this config, no, and then you see this your Apache. No, that's not what you do. You see this your Apache. You see this your SQL. Now they have another config inside, and this config, that's what they call PHP ini. PHP ini. If you click on it, you see a lot of files here, right? But to ease what you are experiencing, to ease it, you can just say Ctrl F to find, and then type execution, and then find. Now, maximum execution. You see, right? This is what you are seeing here now. Please, are you getting it? So now this is the default one that is there. The default one is there now. It is 120, and now it is because 120 your website is loading, and it keeps on loading, and it has not gotten this particular what the web is finding, right? So and it has already reached that 120. That's why it just log you out as a fatal error, right? So now to do that, you can just extend this, like let's say 1200 seconds, for example, at least, and which I believe before this 1200 seconds will reach, your website would have loaded, except if your browser it is something else. So now so after when you have configured it, you just save it, and then you just click on save. It means that, and please, we'll come to this later on so that it won't waste our time. There are a lot of things that we need to study here too. Hope you have gotten that. Any more question? Are we clear with your question now? So now, any more question, please? Any more question, please? Any more question? Please don't forget, if you can't talk, please you can type. Because we need to call it a day. I'm somehow exhausted now that you're seeing. And please, and if you have suggestion on how we can do with this our coding and the CMS, that will be different, and so that we also make sure that we move faster on our this coding aspect too, please. No question. So now, in the absence of question, then we call it a day. And then please don't forget, tomorrow is our software, which is very, very important. Please, which is very, very important. Please, and your attendance is very, very important also, so that we will be able to interact more, because the interaction is more important than anything, and it will allow us to express ourselves more, and it will allow ourselves to it will allow us to know more about the concept, please. So we've started doing some interesting things on under our software. Please don't miss any class. If you're the type that used to miss class, please don't miss class again, so that you will be able to get the actual experience that you need to get. And that's all. And the only thing that you just need just to practice, and then that's all. Please don't forget the assignment, and we will be waiting for you all to we will be waiting for your submission, so that we should know what you've all done. So thank you for your time, and don't forget, don't relax and always practice. And don't forget again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask via the platform, and by God's grace, we will always be there to answer your questions. Thank you for your time, and thanks to our project manager for doing a wonderful job. He has been trying, and he has been doing a lot about this program. And then this hub that we have now is the backbone of everything that we are seeing now. And so please, we should all show our appreciation that he has really done well. So we thank you for all your support, sir, and thank you for your cooperation and everything. And then we really appreciate you. Kai, we just really appreciate you. He's a busy type, but upon that, he's still running there and there just to make sure that you all have the best experience, to have the best thing, and believe me, and this hope that we have now, it will be a game changer. And we hope and we pray to God that Allah should keep on keep on supporting us. Believe me, there are a lot of benefits. You please just stay on track, and make sure you get the right skills, and make sure you learn the appropriate thing that you need to learn, and do the right thing at the right time. Believe me, the future is bright. We hope so, and we believe so. And by God's grace, inshallah, Allah will keep on supporting us. Thank you for once again, and we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you. Bye bye. Badan.
Thank you so much.